Hello again. Welcome to Cowboy Football Weekly, driven by Nissan. Well, Cowboy football, they've enjoyed the bye week, getting ready for their next opponent, their final home opponent, the Air Force Academy Falcons. Boy, let's see, Senior Day, it's Military Appreciation Day. That's all coming up this Saturday. But the Cowboys are coming off 2 wins. Their last time out, San Jose State, Kevin, right here in War Memorial Stadium. The Cowboys really did a number on San Jose State. Had a 24-0 lead in this game, ended up 24-9, but that was a decisive win a couple of weeks ago.
It sure was. One of the best defensive performances by the Cowboys all year. Had a shutout going in the first half and put a lot of pressure on that San Jose State quarterback as well as the offense, and came away with a much-needed victory.
Well, that was a big win for the Cowboys, and Cowboy football head coach Craig Bohl talks about the Cowboy defense and just how well they played in that San Jose State game.
Thought the guys that played in there did a really good job and pressured the passer, and some of that comes down to coverage, but then the run lanes got closed, which were really important. I thought certainly in the first half we were unbelievable, and that gave us enough juice to finish off the game well.
So the Cowboys now with so much to play for. In fact, they'll have identical records, these two teams, Air Force and Wyoming, on Saturday. But the Cowboys, they're coming off their 2 wins in a row, the bye week, so it's been going pretty well for Wyoming, and I think there are a couple of reasons why this team feels a lot better about themselves right now than just a few weeks ago.
Well, I think so. I think number one, the offensive line has started playing a little bit better, but they are playing a little bit better because of the guy behind them. Obviously, Sean Chambers has given this team a spark that it badly needed, and I think that because of him primarily, because of the improvement of players on both sides of the ball, the Cowboys feel much better about themselves, and they're looking very forward to finishing up this season on a high note. Yeah,
Cowboy head coach Craig Bohl says, yeah, the Cowboys are a better football team right now.
We've got an excited football team right now, and to say that they're 180 degrees different from what they were a couple weeks ago, I don't know if we could say that, but I know this, we're a heck of a lot different. And like I said, football teams don't stay the same. You either get better or you get worse, and we're getting better. And so the attitude, the enthusiasm, embracing the challenges, and us doing what we can to beat Air Force. And last week our team was really focused on San Jose State. And so they've been a fun group to work with.
So the Cowboys headed towards Senior Day, their final home game against the Air Force Academy Falcons. Stay right there. We'll come back and talk more about it on Cowboy Football Weekly, driven by Nissan, right after this.
It's times like these when you've got to stay centered. The 2018 Nissan Rogue, with available Pro Pilot Assist that can help keep you centered in your lane. Experience it only at your local Nissan store. Now the most exciting tech you own is in your driveway.
Get to Nissan, proud supporter of college athletics.
If keeping your work site on time, on budget, and onto the next job is keeping you up at night, you need to wake up to Komatsu. Our machines are designed for production, uptime, and savings. We are more than just iron. We are giving you a technology to move more material in less passes, start sooner, finish faster, and burn less fuel. We are solving problems before you had them. So stop doing what you've always done. The only thing that's going to keep you up at night is wondering why you didn't do it sooner. Discover the job site of your future. Komatsu.
When did we stop thinking up new questions and daring to chase down their answers? The world needs more wonder, more outside thinkers hungry for a challenge. The world needs more cowboys. And it's not what you are that makes you a cowboy or cowgirl, but who you are. It's a shared spirit, the kind that emboldens those who possess it to stand on the perimeter and howl into the unknown with unbendable optimism. The world needs more cowboys.
So it's the Cowboys and the Air Force Academy Falcons Senior Day, Military Appreciation Day, the Cowboys' final home game right there in War Memorial Stadium. 2 o'clock, the kickoff, the Cowboys and the Falcons right there on Jonah Field. And such a big game. Obviously, both teams come in at 4-6, both teams at 2-4 in conference play, but both teams still have designs on getting to 6-6 and being bowl eligible. The Cowboys, Kevin, when they face that Air Force defense, that's going to be a challenge. They've said already they want to open up the playbook a little bit more for Sean Chambers, but it's going to be a great challenge for that young quarterback against that Air Force defense.
It sure will. These guys are, as always, Air Force is always very active defensively, and they usually do a pretty good job against the run game because that's what they face every day in practice. It's going to be a challenge for Sean, for Nico Evans, for that offensive line. But, the Cowboys have got a lot of confidence right now. And when they're in this stadium, they're pretty good at that run game. It's an elimination game, so it's a big game. You got to win this game if you have any hopes for a bowl game. And I have a feeling the Cowboys, with Sean Chambers at quarterback, will be able to run against this team.
Cowboy head coach Craig Bohl talked about facing the Air Force defense.
A little bit about Air Force. I mean, they're a really attacking defensive front. They're probably as big up front as what they've been since I've been our head football coach on defense. Their numbers are really good. They're 22nd in the country on rushing defense, and so really challenging. They stun a lot, present a lot of different problems for us.
Well, it's always the same basic challenge for the Cowboy defense when they face that Air Force offense, and that is the triple option. And this is a triple run option. There's no RPO in here. There's no pass involved. It's either give it to the fullback, keep it yourself, or pitch it. Now, they will step back and throw it. In fact, 114 yards a game passing from an Air Force team. That's kind of unusual, but still, Kevin, it's all about that triple run option that Air Force runs. They're still doing the same thing.
They still are, and it's up to you to be disciplined in your assignments and not lose focus on what you're supposed to be doing, or they'll burn you. They have a different quarterback this time around in terms of his size. Hammond started last week and rushed for like 136 yards. He's a big guy, so usually the Air Force guys are little option guys. He's a bigger guy, and he throws pretty well. I think that the coaching staff, although he hasn't thrown much, is very impressed with the way he throws the ball. It's very similar to Sean Chambers in that they expect him to run first, but he can throw the ball, and you have to respect that because that's what they love to do, is suck you in and then all of a sudden throw that seam.
Yeah, head coach Craig Bohl and Cowboys senior captain Marcus Epps talked about facing that Air Force triple option.
They played a different quarterback last week for the entire game. Hammond played really well. He's a big, strong guy. He's 6'2", about 210 pounds. And what they do, they really make you honor every threat that they have, whether defending the quarterback, the fullback, the halfbacks, the tight ends, or wide receivers. They'll spread the ball out all kinds of different places. So, it's a scheme that really has challenged a lot of people. It's challenged us in the past.
I think it's just you don't really see their offense from anybody else but them. Not a lot of teams run triple option, so it's difficult when you're coming from playing a spread team, then all of a sudden you have to transfer over to playing a triple option style, and then just the fact that their quarterbacks always are good players, can run and then throw the explosive pass when they need to. So it's always a tough game.
Well, big day for Cowboy football, big day for 16 Cowboy seniors. It will be senior day when the Cowboys play Air Force right there in War Memorial Stadium on Jonah Field. And Kevin, the amazing thing about these seniors, they have contributed, each and every one of them, in so many ways to this Cowboy football program. It really is amazing what these guys have done for the program and for the university.
It is. And you always hate senior day because it's always a melancholy day for all of us and for those young men. But when you look at the 16, I don't know if we've ever had any group as important as this group has been to the program. They really came in with Craig Bohl when the program was struggling, and they have been through some things that were very difficult. They've been through some unbelievably great things. They've brought this program back. They've brought enthusiasm back to the program. It wasn't going anywhere at the time when they came in, and they've gotten to see a new building being opened, and just a lot of great memories for them, and we're going to really miss them.
Yeah, Marcus Epps and Austin Ford are two Cowboy seniors, two Cowboy captains, and they talk a little bit about Senior Day coming up for the Cowboys.
As it's gotten closer to this game week, throughout the bye week, game planning for Air Force, I think I've just reflected kind of, on all the times that I've spent out there, with my teammates, all the memories, beating Boise, hosting the championship. And, it's just surreal how fast it comes. And, it's just going to be an emotional day, I think, for all of us seniors. It's sad, it's you don't want it to come to an end, and it kind of gets better and better as you go along, and then when it's at its best, you have to walk away. So it's kind of hard to deal with, and I put in so much work on that field the last 5 years. It was a big sacrifice, and just want to go out the right way. So.
Well, let's see, Senior Day, last Cowboy home football game of the season, Military Fan Appreciation Day. Wow, enough said. That makes it a big game right there, Kevin. Oh, the Air Force Academy Falcons going to be there to play the Cowboys on Saturday. 2 o'clock, they'll kick it off, and this has become it's not the intense rivalry of a CSU, but it's a front-range rivalry nonetheless. These two teams really look forward to playing one another, I think.
I think so, too. And if you talk to the kids, they really do like playing the Air Force Academy. And I think our fans love watching the Academy. It's always colorful when they come to Laramie. It's always a big game. The Cowboys have won a couple in a row, and they've kind of dominated the series lately, 4 out of the last 5. That doesn't generally happen in this series. But the Cowboys have played well, and they're going to have to play well in order to beat Air Force this time around.
Yeah, we'll come back next time around here on Cowboy Football Weekly, driven by Nissan, and we'll talk all about it. We'll look ahead to the next Cowboy game. That'll do it for us. For Kevin McKinney, I'm Dave Walsh. So long, everybody.